up, guys? Zeenigami here, and let's go through the 20 stamina 6-star character event islands on Japan One Piece Treasure Cruise. These islands are all in this first folder here. It's only gonna be for this 3-year anniversary event. And right now we have the 1000 Sunny 2-year anniversary out, which means that all of our specials will start out maxed. So always basically just use 1000 Sunny 2 for these islands. They're very short. They're only 5 stages long each. Each one ends on that legendary character, and each legendary character has their own gimmick. Doflamingo is blue. They're all the colors and have the idea is that if you use that character against himself, that it's supposed to be very good. So if you use like Ace against Ace, it's supposed to be good for you. Cabbage against Cabbage, Dofi against Dofi, Shanks against Shanks, and Shanks against Shanks is one of them that actually shows it pretty well because Shanks, it will greatly boost his defense. And what we're going to be using is, if you bring a 6-star Shanks to the team, you know, Shanks will negate his defense, so you can attack him as usual. He is still Sai, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using a Buggy team. Double Buggy works out great. Sabo and Frankie are just here to make the stage faster. The two characters we kind of care about are Moria and Hadjidin. Those are both Coliseum characters, and you can get them... you only need them at level 1. The only thing you're going to be using them is for their special. And like I said, these stages are very short and they're pretty easy. So all we're going to do is this first stage, we're just going to get through the first stage with attacks. Remember that your characters that are higher cost will be really, really weak thanks to Buggy just making them weak. But it doesn't matter. Turn 1, we just get through. Might as well use Buggy. Turn 2, we'll use Sabo on turn 2. Get through turn 2. Turn 3, Sabo special will carry us through turn 3. And then turn 4, we're going to use Frankie, and on the boss, we kill the last 2. So you can make some very, very fast teams with 1000 Sunny 2. It's ridiculously how easy these things are if you have the right setup. If you don't have Moria Hadjidin, what you can do is you can just use a defense reducer, like... you can use a defense reducer like Helmeppo. Ben Beckman will bind your bottom left character, by the way, so don't just put your things in the middle row, your Moria and your Hadjidins. You can replace Frankie with anyone else who deals a nice bit of damage, like a Shiki or someone who does a big boom boom, or just to help you get through that stage. Shanks has 500,000 hit points. He will boost his defense for 2 turns to about 100,000 defense. Every turn for the first 3 turns, he'll clear buffs, and he attacks for 4,500, but it doesn't matter because one special does 300,000, second special 300,000 fixed damage, takes him out without having to attack. Versus Doflamingo. Doflamingo is a blue character. Remember, on all these stages, you don't have to use a team that has Coliseum characters like mine. You can just use a really bad team, like not a really bad team, but you can use a standard team of like double Mihawk slashers, which will get through this stage very, very easily. Once again, Coliseum, Moria, and Hadjidin gonna be there. Sabo also very good. This time we're bringing Sanji though, so that way Sanji can help us get through stage 2. On this stage, number 4 is gonna be versus Treble. He's going to have 3 turns of resilience buff up, so you can't kill him for the first 3 turns. You can just leave him there alive. You can kill him later. Or, I mean, you can either just, like, tank those first 3 hits and then just kill him with regular attacks. He doesn't hit too hard, just for a few thousand each. This guy actually hits harder than he does. Or you can use a special to kill him. Remember that any special works. You can poison him. You can use special damage. Sanji is for here, so we can kill the lobster and the crab very easily. Stage 3 is Dragon Stage. All of these stages will have the same pattern for stages 1, 2, and 3, where you get like a dragon on the 3rd stage, crab and lobsters on the 2nd stage. So that's nice. Pew pew, pew pew pew. So if you need to get a dragon, you can get dragons from these stages too. Might have to use Buggy to get me through this damage. Buggy teams, you're so weak. Buggy. Sure, let's use Buggy to get through. Oh, what poop. What poop, Buggy. It's okay, we'll get through with Buggy damage boost. And then next stage, He lowers, he has resilience buff. Next stage, next stage he has resilience buff. We're going to attack him first, and then do a little bit of damage to him, because we're gonna need to do a little bit of damage, and then we can use Hadgetin to finish him off. After that, you gotta do, actually I think that might just barely be enough to take him out. Hadgetin, are you good enough now? Good, excellent. Upon death, he lowers your chance of getting matching orbs. But that's okay, we're not gonna need matching orbs. Against Doflamingo, he has 900,000 hit points. He attacks every 2 turns for 9,000 damage. Every other turn, he will clear buffs. And he will also set his attack interval to 1 on the second turn. He also boosts your attack by 10%. So there's a 1.1 times attack boost, and he does a health cut. So we're going to be using Moria to do a ton of damage to him. You can also use Mihawk instead of Moria, although Mihawk is not boosted by Buggy, and Moria is because he is only a Coliseum character. Sabo special will increase our attack, because that's the only way a Buggy team does damage is thanks to Sabo special. And you kill him on that first turn. Once again, you can use any replacement for these characters. This is just one example of a faster way to get through things. Against Law and his mini-boss Luffy are both going to have barriers. Law is going to have a barrier after he revives, and Luffy is going to have a bunch of perfect hit barriers. So we're going to be using a Blackbeard Bakura team. Blackbeard will make it a lot easier to get through the barriers. This one I wouldn't really recommend using a team without the Blackbeard. I mean, you can, or I wouldn't recommend like a double Buggy team or something like that, because those barriers make it quite annoying. There are a lot of strength characters on this team. We're going to be also having to get rid of Despair from our captains. He's going to Despair our captains for 5 turns upon reviving, so you're going to want to bring a Despair Reducer. On this stage, Kuro does all the hard work against the high defense characters. Thank you, Kuro. Working so hard. You don't need to bring both Ein and Kuro. Either Ein or Kuro will do just well enough. The reason I have both is just as an example in case you don't have any Despair sockets at all. If you have at least level 2 Despair socket, you can use Ein. If you have level 3 Despair sockets, you can use Kuro. And you can replace either one of them with someone else that works better. Either someone to help you get through Luffy on stage 4, or just someone to help you deal a little bit more damage. But you won't need to deal more damage. Blackbeard's health cut and Sabo's attack boost will be more than enough to get you through things. So against Luffy, he gets his perfect hit barrier. No need to worry though, just our regular attacks will take him down over 2 turns. Pew pew pew. If you need to, you can always, or if you want to, you can always use Bakura to not only reduce his attack by like a tiny amount, but also to give yourself a higher chance of matching orbs this turn. Take Luffy out the second turn. Good to go. Ignoring barriers thanks to Blackbeard is nice. And then against Law. Law has 680,000 hit points. Use Blackbeard first, cut his health by 20%. Use Sabo. And you can use Doflamingo. Sure, let's use Dofi. Doesn't matter. Attack. 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 You don't need to use Doflamingo special. Only Sabo and Blackbeard specials are all you need. It'll kill him. Law revives. Gets a 30 hit barrier for 2 turns. He only has 1% health though, so you can always, if you have like rare recruit Garp, who will get through barriers, so anyone who goes through barriers, you can use their piercing damage to kill him. Or you can get rid of Despair and then just attack him. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Versus Ace. Ace is going to have, he's going to want to make you lock your orbs. So we're going to be using, we're just going to ignore that. We're going to be using Blackbeard. We still lock our orbs, however, because he basically gives us guaranteed orbs, or Thatch will actually will give us guaranteed orbs on stage 4. And Thatch will also increase our rate of tandem orbs. So we're going to burst down Thatch, and then Sabo and Blackbeard is going to be more than enough to take down Ace. First few stages, same as before, just getting through them. You can replace Doflamingo with somebody who helps you get through stage 2 or something faster. A fixed damage dealer is quite good. Because stage 2, or stage 3 might be ones that take you a little while longer depending on your team, but it's not like these stages are timed. You can do these stages as many times as you'd like over the next day or two, depending on when you're watching this video. These videos are only for a very limited amount of time. So while you don't have to rush your way through them, getting them done quickly is nice because you want to get them done during the super skill up event, the 3x skill up event, so you can get in and out of these things faster. So Thatch will give us all matching orbs and increase our rate of tandem orbs. Hancock will bind your orbs so you can keep those orbs for the next turn. Shiki will kill the guys in the back and boost your driven type damage. And Doflamingo to boost our orbs here too. You don't need to use both of these specials. It's just gonna make it easier to get through this stage. Attack with our driven dudes just to get it faster and take them down. Next stage against ACS is 2-hit Dex barrier. So normally you'd have to attack him with 2 Dex orbs in order to deal damage to him, but Blackbeard cuts his health. He only has 500,000 hit points. So after you cut his health, attack, 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 attack. Don't even need to finish your attacks and he goes down easy. You can also replace Hancock. A lot of these stages, if you replace one character with someone who deals damage at the end of the turn, especially Diamante. Diamante is so amazing with the 1000 Sunny 2. If you have him, I would highly recommend running Diamante on every single team you can, basically, because you use his special and then you don't have to attack for the first 2 turns. Just character once Diamante special clears everything out. Cabbage is going to be a blue character. On stage 4, Rebecca is going to only allow us to use 1 special per turn. So we're gonna want to be able to use specials like, once again, Sabo MVP, especially with the 1000 Sunny. Sabo's the best thing ever. You can use specials as many times as you want before you get to Rebecca, but Rebecca will only allow you to use 1 thing. Stage 4 characters have about 350,000 hit points, it seems, because Hydrogen and Moria are always just a little bit just a slight bit shy of taking them down. A lot of side characters on this stage, so Croc is mostly there to make it faster to get through stage either 2 or stage 3. I think I'll use him against stage 3 against the Dwagon. I'll take him out. Oops. Cabbage. There we go. Pretend above me says Cavendish. Limited specials. Limited special use. Limited special use. There, see, wow. Oh, it's there all the time. Moria gives us matching orb. Kills the guys. Oh, nice matching orbs too. Take out the dragon. And then Rebecca. These stages are so short, so nice, especially using a fast team. Buggy Bakura, you might not want to use Buggy Bakura. They're only 20 stamina after all, and it's not like you have to rush to beat them. You can take your time beating them. Hajin, boosts attack, takes her down, or deals a lot of damage. Doesn't take her down, but we will be taking her down through our regular attacks. Boo boo. Yeah, it's about 350,000 hit points on her. Cabbage forces you to attack him first. We're going to be using Sabo right away. Sabo will kill everyone around Cabbage, and then just attack him. He will use a fancy schmancy animation, which will look all threatening and stuff. You don't really have to hit perfects here, because you can kill him on the second turn after the perfects. And he becomes Hakuba. Moria on the second turn will get him really low, if not kill him, depending on how well you hit. And then you can kill him with your regular attacks. Guys, those are all the first wave of the legendary islands. Remember that you can run them as many times as you like. You might want to use a really fast team to get through the island in under a minute. You might want to use a team like Bakura Buggy or Double Buggy or Double Haruta or Bakura or Haruta Buggy or whatever combination of the extra drop characters you like to try to get those extra 6-star books. I would definitely recommend farming most of these stages, especially if you have the 6-star character. The drop rates of them seem to be better, or at least the same as a 30 stamina Fortnite, and since they're 20 stamina, even if they are the same drop rate as a 30 stamina Fortnite, especially with 1000 Sunny 2, it's going to be much better for you to farm these than to wait for the 30 stamina and do those at another time. Also, with all these islands, a lot of them have books that go really, really well with that legendary character. Cabbage has Brooke on there. Robin is really nice. Those two are probably the better ones here. Mihawk is alright too. Oops, I want to go back to Ace. I don't want to go back here. Ace! Ace, Ace, Ace. Oh, these islands also drop great evolvers. Very, very good evolver drop rate on all these islands as well, including dragons. One of the first islands, or one of the very few islands that drop dragons outside of Dragon Weekly Island. Against the Ace Island, you got Apu, who's great for Dex shooters, or just Dex teams in general. Strong and Frankie, one of the best orb boosters for a shooter team. Usopp books, the better ones here. Also, the Fat Usopp for the Dex boost if you don't have the Dex boosting Robin from Cabbage. Law has the better ones from Law. Int Vankov, who is amazing. Leo, who is very, very good. And Story Mode Moria, who is a great 20% health cutter and also poisons. Doflamingo has has Caesar, who is a amazing driven attack booster. Treble, who's a great driven character as well. And also Lao G, especially if you want to use Lao G. And Shiki to get matching orbs on your driven characters. Moria, Magellan, that's the difference, right? And then Shanks has some good side characters, Maynard, Frankie on there as well. Guys, those are the first round. The next round is going to be coming out in 2 days after these two go away. And we will still have the 1000 Sunny on there. We'll basically have the 1000 Sunny 2 that has all your specials maxed out for the first several rounds. And then only the last round of Legendary Islands, we will not have the 1000 Sunny 2. So we'll actually have to use like more difficult teams or harder to build teams than that one. I've been Zeenigami. Thank you so much for watching. Farm all these islands, get all those skill books, and y'all stay beautiful.